Marg Sarmachar. Over the last several years, in our engagements with Iran, Pakistan has consistently shared its serious concerns about the safe havens and sanctuaries enjoyed by Pakistani-origin terrorists, calling themselves Sarmachars, on the ungoverned spaces inside Iran. Pakistan also shared multiple dossiers with concrete evidence of the presence and activities of those terrorists. However, because of lack of action on our serious concerns, these so-called Sarmachars continue to operate against Pakistan with impunity. This morning's action was taken in light of credible intelligence of impending large-scale terrorist activities against Pakistan by these terrorists. This action is a manifestation of Pakistan's unflinching resolve to protect and defend its national security against all threats. The successful execution of this highly complex operation is also a testimony to the professionalism of the armed forces of Pakistan. Pakistan will continue to take all necessary steps to preserve the safety and security of its people, which is sacrosanct, inviolable, and sacred. Pakistan fully respects the sovereignty and territorial integrity of the Islamic Republic of Iran. The sole objective of today's act was in pursuit of Pakistan's own security and national interest, which is paramount and cannot be compromised. As a responsible member of the international community, Pakistan upholds the principles and purposes of the UN Charter, including territorial integrity and sovereignty of member states. Guided by these principles and in exercise of our legitimate rights within international law, Pakistan will never allow its sovereignty and territorial integrity to be challenged under any pretext or circumstances. Iran is a brotherly country, and the people of Pakistan have great respect and affection for the people of Iran. We have always emphasized dialogue and cooperation in confronting common challenges, including the menace of terrorism, and will continue to endeavor to find joint solutions. The Prime Minister of Pakistan, Anwarul Haq Kakar, who is currently in Davos to attend the 54th annual meeting of the World Economic Forum, has decided to cut short his visit in view of the ongoing developments. At the WEF, Prime Minister participated in the informal gathering of the World Economic Leaders and delivered keynote address at an event titled Trade Tech's $1 Trillion Promise, and held meetings with participating leaders on the sidelines. Foreign Minister Jalil Abbas Gilani is in Kampala, Uganda, to participate in the 19th Summit of the Heads of State and Government of the Non-Aligned Movement and the 3rd South Summit of the Group of 77 in China. His participation in these important summits is a reflection of the high priority Pakistan attaches to promoting cooperation among the Global South, including on issues related to sustainable development. The Foreign Minister has also cut short his visit in light of the recent developments. The 14th of January marks a painful milestone for the human conscience. It was the 100th day of Israel's war in Palestine, which has taken over 24,000 lives in Gaza, a toll that is escalating with each passing day. The staggering number includes almost 10,000 children and over 6,700 women. The indiscriminate violence by Israel has to end. Humanity must prevail. The international community should play its part in saving the people of Palestine from the barbaric acts of the occupation authorities. The month of January carries painful memories of 3 massacres committed by the Indian forces in Indian illegally occupied Jammu and Kashmir during the 1990s. Over 50 innocent people were martyred and hundreds were injured when Indian troops had opened indiscriminate fire on peaceful protesters in Gaukadal area of Srinagar on 21st of January 1990. A few days later, on the 25th of January 1990, at least 21 unarmed Kashmiris were martyred by the Indian troops in North Kashmir's Handwara town. On 27th January 1994, a day after India's Republic Day, Indian troops massacred 27 civilians in Kupwara town. We remember the martyrs of these massacres and pay rich tributes to their sacrifices. The perpetrators of these massacres should be held accountable. Pakistan will continue to extend political, diplomatic, and moral support to our Kashmiri brothers and sisters for the just and peaceful settlement of the Jammu and Kashmir dispute in accordance with the UN Security Council resolutions. I thank you. Okay, before I ask, before we start the Q&A questions, I would like to underline that given the developments that are taking place, there's a lot going on, and we won't have a lot of time for our briefing. So I would request all of you to have one question when you ask this question. Please don't repeat a question which somebody else has asked, so that we can cover more people. If you have more than one question, then it would be my prerogative to answer the questions that I like. So with that, let's start with किससे शुरू करते हैं? हाँ जी, खालिद साहब से शुरू करते हैं आज.
मैडम, दोबारा से ईरानी फोर्सेस जो हैं वो तैयारी कर रही हैं और इतलात यही हैं कि उन्होंने दोबारा से मिसाइल जो हैं वो रेडी की है. अगर वो इस तरह की दोबारा ये करते हैं, हरकत करते हैं, तो क्या पाकिस्तान उसका जो फ़ौरन वही जवाब देगा जो पहले आज दिया है?
I would not like to indulge in speculation. Pakistan has said that we would like to have peaceful relations with all countries in the region, including with our neighbor Iran. And we have also said that Pakistan's security and sovereignty is sacrosanct, and Pakistan remains ready and is willing to protect itself. हाँ जी, एक सवाल.
Thank you, ma'am. As there was an earlier statement made by you that Pakistan carried out strikes, would you like to share details of these strikes, whether it was through regular Pakistan Air Force or through drones or missiles, and what are the details of casualties? Thank you.
It is my understanding that these details will be coming soon from ISPR, so I will not indulge in operational details. Ji Azad sir.
Irani state media has recently reported that they have also sought explanation from Pakistan, although they have attacked it first and we have retaliated. But their state media is saying that they have sought some kind of explanation from Pakistan. Have you received any kind of communication from Iran?
As you know, this incident took place this morning, and at this point I'm not aware of any contact that took place in the last 2-3 hours. Yes, our friend from Irna.
Salazar from Iranian State News. Ma'am, there are some reports regarding some countries trying to de-escalate the tension between two brotherly countries. So is there any...
Thank you very much. As I said earlier, Pakistan considers the people of Iran as our friends and brothers, and we have no interest in escalating any situation, and we hope that our adversaries understand this, and we also believe that acts like the one which took place a couple of nights ago create difficulties and give the adversaries of our friendship the pretext to create more difficulties in the region. Ali Hussain.
Ji, thank you, ma'am. Ali Hussain from Business Recorder. Iran violated Pakistan's sovereignty and carried out strikes inside Pakistan, and Pakistan in response retaliated and carried out the same strikes inside Iran. What next? Is there any channel of communications between the two countries currently to de-escalate the situation, or where both the countries are heading toward? Thank you.
As I said earlier, Pakistan has also always emphasized dialogue and cooperation, and we have always chosen a path of dialogue. We also believe that dialogue and cooperation is essential for confronting common challenges, including the menace of terrorism. And we would like to continue to engage with our neighbors to combat this menace and to ensure that peace prevails and sorry, मैं तो सवाल मैंने क्या कहा?
We will continue to engage with our neighbors,
including Iran. If we are talking about Iran, with our neighbor Iran. Okay, आपने इंटरप्ट ही कर दिया मुझे हैं. We will continue to engage with our neighbor Iran to ensure that peace prevails and there is and that the two countries make concerted and coordinated efforts to combat the threat of terrorism. Giannis.
Thank you so much, ma'am. Has there been any efforts for a third-party mediation by regional stakeholders? And if so, what is Pakistan's response? Any countries that you would want to mention if there has been an effort at all? Thank you.
I am not aware of third-party mediation, as you mentioned. Pakistan and Iran do have several channels of communication, and at this point, I am not aware of any third party stepping forward in this context. Jalil Saab.
China has urged restraint, asking Pakistan and Iran to exercise restraint. Has China approached Pakistan and Iran for any mediation? Because China is a very close friend of both Pakistan and Iran. And earlier they also mediated to escalate the situation between Saudi Arabia and Iran. What are your comments, please?
As I just said, I am not aware of any mediation by any third party that has taken place or is on the horizon. हाँ जी, राशिदा को दें.
थैंक यू सो मच मैम. ये बता दीजिए कि ये जो ऑपरेशन सरमचार था, इसमें BLA और BLF के हाइडआउट्स को टारगेट किया गया या नहीं?
Again, on this question, please wait for an advice from ISPR, which will be coming shortly. हाँ जी, निज़ामी साहब को.
थैंक यू मैडम. मैडम, हमने बर्ग अमेरिका सुना, बर्ग इज़राइल सुना, एक नई आपने नाम दिया बर्ग सरमचार. इसकी कोई ख़ास वजह है? ये फ़ारसी में मैसेज दिया गया है, इंटरेस्टिंग नेम है.
I am not an expert in Persian language, so I cannot comment on its how interesting it is. But this is a code name, which is, as you know, it was an intelligence-based operation, and our military authorities and ISPR would be better positioned to respond to this question. हाँ जी, मैडम को दें, सारा को.
Thank you. So in your opening remarks, you said that the terrorists that were killed were Pakistani. So how has that already been established? How have their identities been established already?
Pakistan for the last several months and years have been in contact with Iran authorities, and we have shared with them concrete evidence of the presence of these terrorist hideouts inside Iran. And that is why we are very confident of the statement that we have made. For further details, please wait for an advice from ISPR. Ji, Sumaira.
ترجمان دفتر خارجہ ممتاز زہرا بلوچ کی نیوز بریفنگ. انہوں نے کہا کہ پاکستان
کے ترجمان دفتر خارجہ ممتاز زہرا بلوچ اس وقت پریس کانفرنس کر رہی ہیں. انہوں نے کہا آپریشن کا نام فارسی میں کیوں ہے اس کا علم نہیں، لیکن یہ ایک کوڈ ہے. ایران کی دراندازی پر پاکستان نے بھرپور جواب دیا ہے. مستقبل میں ایسی کارروائیاں کی گئی تو پاکستان بھرپور جوابی کارروائی کرے گا. پاکستان کے لیے وطن کا دفاع اور قومی سلامتی اہم ہے. اس کے ساتھ ساتھ انہوں نے کہا کہ پاکستان عوام کے تحفظ کے لیے ہر ضروری اقدامات کرے گا اور پاکستان خود مختاری، دفاع اور امن پر کبھی سمجھوتا نہیں کرے گا. پاکستان کئی برس سے ایران کو چیلنجز جو پیش آ رہے ہیں اس کا سامنا کرنا پڑا ہے. مستقبل میں ایسی کارروائیاں کی دی گئی تو پاکستان جواب کا حق بھی رکھتا ہے. پاکستان کے لیے وطن کا دفاع انتہائی اہم ہے. پاکستان کئی برس سے ایران کو دہشت گردوں کے ٹھکانوں سے آگاہ کرتا رہا ہے. دہشت گردوں کی موجودگی اور سرگرمیوں کے ٹھوس شواہد بھی شیئر کیے گئے ہیں. اس کے ساتھ ساتھ ترجمان دفتر خارجہ نے کہا پاکستان عوام کے تحفظ کے لیے ہر ضروری اقدامات کرے گا. پاکستان نے دہشت گردوں کی موجودگی کی اطلاع کئی بار دی. پیچیدہ آپریشن کا کامیاب انعقاد مسلح افواج کی پیشہ ورانہ مہارت کا منہ بولتا ثبوت ہے. پاکستان ایران کے ساتھ اچھے تعلقات استوار رکھنے کا خواہاں ہے. آپ کو بتا رہے ہیں کہ ترجمان دفتر خارجہ ممتاز زہرا بلوچ اس وقت پریس کانفرنس کر رہی ہیں. انہوں نے کہا پاکستان عوام کے تحفظ کے لیے ہمیشہ کوشاں ہیں اور اس وقت ان کی پریس کانفرنس ختم ہوئی ہے. انہوں نے کہا ہے کہ دہشت گردوں کی موجودگی اور سرگرمیوں کے ٹھوس شواہد بھی ایران کے ساتھ کئی مرتبہ شیئر کیے ہیں.